Okay, I'm with Stephanie at the university on one of the squares, square 4 I think it says up there. A bit confusing to know which square you're in at any one time, but this is a sort of a hub for students. You've been here 5 years, you tell me.
Yep, just 6 years all in all with an undergraduate degree.
When do you finish?
This year in October, but I'm probably going to carry on with a PhD.
At this university?
At this university, indeed.
You're not of English origin, you're Austrian, I believe.
I am.
How do you finance that?
How do I?
Finance studying and staying here.
Well, I moved to England 12 years ago and I worked as a care assistant for a long time, so I saved up a lot of money through that. So that was very good, and because I applied after a certain amount of time, I was eligible for a student loan, which I took advantage of.
Right. The fact that you've been here so long and wanting to volunteer for more shows you must like it here.
Yes, definitely.
Is it, I mean, obviously, you find it a good place to study?
It is a very good place to study, it is. University of Essex, I think you come to love it because it's the people who are here and the people that you get to know, because the university campus is quite small and it has a very familiar feel to it and a very homely feel to it as well.
You actually don't live on campus at the moment.
That's right.
You have done so. What's it like living on campus?
It's great fun. There's a lot of things you can do on campus. There's a theatre. They put on a lot of shows. There's comedy. There's a gallery here on campus as well, with which you can get involved if you like. There are always regular exhibitions. There are a number of outlets, food, pubs, restaurants even, and cafes.
A lot of things seem to have the Students' Union name on them. Does that mean that they are run, does it suggest, by and for students?
Yes, indeed.
And any profits go back into student activities? Or?
Yes, they do.
Is it sufficient? Is there a need for more facilities?
I think with what we've got, we're doing quite well. They're always developing and improving these services, and there's always more, and there's always refurbishing, and it's always stuff going on. So. And
as you've got banks, you've got a travel shop, you've got a shop over there selling everything Essex, which presumably is things with Essex University written on it.
That's right.
And the shop selling toothpaste and a multiplicity of little cafes, but I haven't noticed much in the what would be described as the healthy eating range. It seems to be mostly hamburgers and stuff, but perhaps I haven't found the right ones yet.
It's our students' diet. You do get healthy eating. I mean, there's a small shop, Go Global. They do a lot of things, sort of Far Eastern foods, etc. And you can, if you want to, live fairly healthy, although I wouldn't say it's harder to find, but I think you have to make an effort. I think even if you've lived off campus, you have to make more of an effort to live healthily. You live off campus. Approximately how much does it cost you a week to live, be a student, eat, pay your board? What's the budget? A week I pay about £320 rent, and then per month, and then per week. Heating, all those bills on top of that? No, that's all included, luckily. So I'm very lucky that way. Right. And travelling backwards and forwards? Travel backwards, you can get a bus pass to travel backwards and forwards, and I couldn't tell you. I mean, you survive on £100 a week? Absolutely, yeah. You can? Absolutely. And fees, school fees on top of that, college fees? Yes, I mean, I've saved for mine, so mine are paid for by myself, in fact, and that was never so much a problem for me, paying for my fees and etc. Is the loan scheme causing problems that you know of with students? Because for me it didn't. I was very lucky because I applied before the top-up fees came in 2005, so I still paid the old fee range, but then obviously top-up fees came in, and now additional fees, or let's say the increase in fees has now been introduced. So I'm a bit worried about people who want to study now.
Right.
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be more difficult to do it.
Does the loan part include the fees and their accommodation, or is it just fees?
That's both.
It is, right.
When you get a set amount with which you have to survive, most people get a little job to help them through, or some people have to bank with mum and dad.
We're out of school time for most people now. There aren't many students around, but I'm told there are 10,000 plus students on campus.
Yes, there are. Indeed. Well, you have the Leighton campus and then you have the South End campus as well, so I think that incorporates all of these campuses, all in all 10,000 students, of which the majority are here in Colchester.
On the little student union newspaper that I picked up, there's a bit of a campaign went on about accommodation on campus, some of it not very good standard, it's suggested.
What's that? I think I lived, there are the North Towers, there are 4 towers right next to each other, and I lived in all of them throughout my time, and they're very basic. I mean, you don't expect luxury, but I mean, you're here to study, you're here to learn, so I think for what you get, especially with the towers, I think it's a fair price, and it's very convenient.
How much do they charge rent for live on site in India?
Oh God, how much do they charge rent now? In my time it was like £70 a week, something like that.
The newspaper again, it said there's over 100 nationalities on the site, students. Is that one big happy family?
I think in general, I would like to think that yes it is, but I also find that people seem to identify or hang out with each other from sort of the same nationalities, although there are obviously touching points where people just get together and it doesn't matter where you're from. You have
but no great problem?
No, none that I've experienced ever.
You mentioned that you'd worked in care, raising money, and also it's a useful job.
Yes.
It raises an issue which I'm interested in about accessibility, disability on campus. Is that something you've noticed anything about whilst you've been here?
As far as I've noticed, there is, they have a fairly good access system. Campus is sort of peculiar in that it's been so built up, and it hasn't been built around the site, it has been put onto the site, but at the same time access has been provided. I'm
told there are 16 lifts around the site, but it's all but you've got to find them, so if you've got a sight impairment it might be doubly difficult.
That might be doubly difficult, but then you have student support and you've got student advice where you can always go to and you can ask, and there's an information centre that provides information on access, etc.
Have you noticed many disabled students? Or?
Yes, there are. You notice people in wheelchairs, and you notice people walking with sticks, etc. And yeah, I have noticed it. But I haven't worked with people on campus with a disability.
When you finally finish studying here, what's the plan?
The plan is hopefully be a specialist in my chosen area and take that further and hopefully teach and impart knowledge on other people. Here
or somewhere else?
Anywhere.
So you might become a lifetime commitment at Essex?
Maybe. I've known of people who have studied here and stayed here and made it their lifetime commitment indeed, yeah.
Can't be all bad then?
Not at all. Not at all.
Nice to speak to you.
And you.